Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So a little surprise type of live stream. Wait for a few of you guys to show up and take some questions and just chop it up a little bit, man. I want to speak a little bit about Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker, Dillian Whyte. Also, I got a chance to check out the Martin Bakole Alunga fight against Marius Wach. Ross Clyde 222 was good, man. Mark Blake was good. This is gonna be a little short live stream, man. My wife ran into the grocery store, so I'm out here waiting because I hate going in stores, man, especially with my wife. She be all over the place with shit. But yeah, man, so I got a chance to check out Martin Bakole Alunga. Some of you, his last fight he had was against Michael Hunter Jr. Hunter went out there and stopped him, did his thing. They had a pretty good, entertaining fight. Alunga took care of Marius Wach, man. Wach was getting pieced up. Now I looked on BoxRec to look at the scorecards, and they had it close, man. They only had Bakole went in a split decision at the time of the stoppage, and they had it 1 point apart. One judge had it 1 point for Wach, the other two had it 1 point for Bakole. But he's just let his hands go, man. Marius Wach right now is getting to the point with a guy like Marius Wach. It's like, how much credit do we keep giving guys for beating Marius Wach? Now, he doesn't have 12, 13 losses, but he has like 5 or 6 losses now, lost 3 in a row. Pretty long in the tooth. He never was the fastest guy or the best guy. He was always that, you know, fringe contender type of guy. You know what I mean? I know he got a shot at the title against Klitschko when he was undefeated and he was riding high in his career. Has a spectacular KO victory over Christian Hammer, not Christian Hammer out cold. But Bakole was just letting his hands go, man. You know somebody's letting their hands go and they're feeling comfortable when they let this combination go. He threw the Mike Tyson combination on Wach. He had Wach against the ropes. He threw a right hook to the body, right uppercut. Then the next punches he threw was a left hook to the body, left uppercut. So he did it on both sides of Wach, and that lets you know that Wach was getting tired. He just couldn't handle the speed and the pressure that Bakole started to apply. You know, so good win by Bakole. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Hunter Jr. fighting a rematch, man. I think that'd be a good, because the first fight was entertaining, you know what I mean? But he was able to get back in the win column, so good for him. Because a lot of fighters probably wouldn't even have took a guy like Marius Wach after losing to Michael Hunter Jr. You know what I mean? They would have probably said, you know what, let me take some more journeymen. Let me not step in there with Marius Wach quite yet. Not that Wach is a world beater or anything like that, but he could have easily took some obscure journeyman that we've never heard of. So it's, you know, it lets me know that Bakole's people do have confidence in him to put him in there with Wach immediately after his first loss. In his career, you know, it doesn't have a long career. It wasn't like he was some 25-0 or anything like that. Guy only had what, 11 fights, you know what I mean? So I could see a lot of handlers of boxers putting them back in there with journeyman type guys. All right, so they put him right back in there with a guy like Marius Wach, who's better than an obscure journeyman, you know what I mean? But good for Bakole, you know what I mean? Was letting his hands go, was coming forward. He's a taller fighter, man, but he wants to put pressure on, you know what I mean? So he's always going to be in danger of being in trouble in fights because, you know, with pressure can come to you, you know what I mean? So if you out there applying pressure, letting your hands go, it can go in reverse for you as well, to where you might have to handle some pressure and guys putting you know, letting their hands go on you. But you know, I thought his stamina could have been a little bit better, but big guys in there, man. No matter how much you work out or train, you know, that's why it's impressive to me to see a guy like Jarrell Miller just pressure guys at heavyweight, being able to apply constant pressure, man. When you got guys way over 250 pounds, I don't give a damn how much you work out, man. It's still pretty tough lugging that type of weight around, letting your punches go. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get to you guys' comments in a second, man. Now, as far as Chisora, I seen something on Boxing Scene where he was talking about, you know, he wouldn't mind. Well, he said he wants to fight Joseph Parker. We know that that's been talked about. And then he was also just speaking about Usyk. Now, Usyk has to get past Takam first. And if Usyk's team, now again, they have to get past Takam first, all right? They haven't said that they wanted to fight Chisora. I don't believe they brought that up. But if they were to entertain that fight, if I was Usyk, I think it'd be a good entertaining fight. Again, let's see him what he does with Takum. I think he'll win that fight. But again, man, pressure can bust pipes, man. Now, could Usyk handle the pressure? Yeah, I mean, I seen him handle Gassiev's pressure, but Gassiev looked like he was like waiting for one shot opportunities to land, where a guy like Chisora just gonna let him go. He's not gonna sit there and wait to throw a punch at the perfect time. That's what it looked like Gassiev was doing, putting the high guard up, waiting for that perfect moment to throw a shot. You gotta let your hands go against a guy like Usyk, because you try to do that, I'm gonna wait for one shot. Unless you're fighting him at range and you have a long and you have the reach advantage, then you could probably pick him apart from the outside. But if you're just putting high guard up, stand there in punching range, and just try to wait to land that one shot, you may be missing all night. All right, but if he were to fight a guy like Chisora, you know, let's go with the hypothetical thing. I wouldn't put him in a routine of fighting guys that are the shorter heavyweights, guys that are 6'1", 6'2", because I don't think that's realistic to the division as far as the guys that are at the upper echelon of the division. Even the guys who are pressure guys, some of the guys at the who are rated higher than guys like Chisora and Carlos Takam, even those guys are 6'4". You know what I mean? Jarrell Miller's about 6'4". Konowski's about same height as Jarrell. I think they list him as 6'3", but he might be close, you know, 6'3", 6'4". So, and those aren't the guys that like to use their range, like a Wilder or you know, Tyson Fury likes to fight off the back foot and, you know, use his reach. Even AJ likes to throw straight punches. He likes to get in close and get you from mid-range, but you know, even he can fight from the outside, using his long reach by extending his punches fully. So if I was Usyk, I wouldn't get into the continuity of just fighting shorter pressure guys. Again, this is all hypothetical, right? Because he has to get past Takam first, and this is just Chisora saying that he would fight Usyk. I'm just going off of if he were to entertain that. I know they entertain fighting. I'll do that for you. I know they entertain fighting Povetkin. Style-wise, could be a good fight, but I'm just saying, I just wouldn't, if I was Usyk and his team, I wouldn't get into a continuity of fighting just the shorter heavyweights, all right? Because to me, that's not realistic to the division and even the guys that are coming up. You know, you got these dudes are 6'6", 6'7", man. These are like NBA small forwards right now that are boxing, you know what I mean, with the weight of power forwards, because some of these dudes are 260, 270. Jarrell Miller's 320, you know what I mean? So, or, you know, yeah, 300 pounds. So, yeah, with that, all right. And then with Joseph Parker, man, Parker and his team right now, they're just playing, it seems as if they're just playing a role of they're going to sit back, and everybody's doing it. So I really can't get too salty at them, because shit, pretty much every article I see, everybody's pretty much talking about the same thing. And it's been going on in the sport forever, and that's just waiting for the best opportunities to make the most money. All right, so the last I heard about Parker, they were trying to get Chisora. I think they're still looking at Chisora, but they want it, as they said, to be treated fairly as far as with the contracts and everything. All right, so I want to see Parker back in action, man. Usually he's a guy that's active, you know what I mean? So want to see him back in action. I'm assuming Chisora's going to run through Sanad Gashi based on styles and everything. I'm really can't wait to see my man Jermaine Franklin, man, this Saturday, man. I'm really excited to see him fight. I'm excited to see Otto Wallin, see what he looks like being here in America, you know what I mean, you know, fighting on American television, and curious to see if he's going to be more aggressive, or will he take the approach that he usually takes in all his fights, which is fight off that back foot, be a little crafty, be a little slick, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see both of those guys, man. See Shields versus Christina Hammer, you know, be some undisputed business going on there. So to me, it's a good fight card. There's a card here in Minneapolis, man, and I actually parked at their venue to go to the national championship game, the NCAA game on Monday, to watch Virginia versus Texas Tech. But anyways, it's at the Armory downtown Minneapolis, and it's going to be Peter Quillen is fighting Truax, man. So thinking about going to that, you know, I spent quite a few dollars at the you know, national championship game. So, but I might attend it. I might go to that fight, man, at the Armory this Saturday. But some good fights this weekend, man. See what you guys are talking about. Roz Clot, Mark Blake, St. Cruising was good. Roz Clot 222 says, when my wife runs into the store, I could do a 3-hour live. Yeah, man. Soon she said, yeah, let's talk about a grocery store first. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm about to just go live. I don't know if y'all familiar with the rapper Mac Dre, but he got a he got a song called "Not My Job," and in that song, it's just this verse he say in that song. If you heard the song, you know what part I'm talking about as far as going grocery shopping. But I'll be having her cracking up because I'll quote what he said in that rap, and she'll just shake her head and laugh. Saint Cruising, let me see. Main event boxing talk was good. He says, "Let's go, champ." Koa Mate says, "What's good, big homie? What's good, man?" Chrissy Brown says, "Whyte will lay out Wilder, except Wilder is scared." Okay, that's your opinion. Yeah, St. Cruising, I mean, it is what it is, man. I don't know why. Well, you know, let's see what the other comments say. But if that's your opinion, that's cool. Eddie Salsa says Wilder KO's Whyte inside 7. AZ says, "What's good, Mr. Boxer Day 2?" Oh man, you know, not much, man. Chrissy Brown says, "No joke, been offered millions to fight Whyte and he ducking. Why?" Okay. See, stuff like that, man. Even if I were to answer you, bro, you or sis or whoever you are, you already have it in your mind what you think. So me coming over here trying to argue with you, especially if you're typing and I'm talking, we're just going to be all day with this. I wish we could have a verbal back and forth so we can kind of hit, you know, each other, boom, boom, boom. Then I can really hear in your voice if you really mean what you're saying. And I've never seen you. I don't ever remember seeing you on my channel. So I don't know if you're somebody else, another, you know, uploader or commenter that don't want to have this discussion under that name. I just see a lot of weird, you know, I've been on YouTube for 10 years, man. I see a lot of weird shit. So maybe you are authentic with the way you feel about this, Chrissy Brown, but yeah, maybe you are authentic with the way you're with what you're saying, and if that's what you feel, that's what you feel, man. But as far as that situation, I've talked about that so much, man. I'm tired of talking about that shit. CB Sports TV. All right, we're back. But if you do, all right, we're back. But if you do want to, you know, debate that type of thing, there's a guy I can recommend you to that loves that type of shit, man. My man BFTB Boxing. I think he's live right now. So you can head over to BFTB Boxing. You just give him your email. He'll let you on and y'all go ahead and debate it because he loves debating these type of topics. Very interesting show too, man. I like his show, man. I like his show. I like it mainly because his personality, he's funny, man. You know, he's a funny dude, but he brings a lot of facts and he allows people with opposing views to come on and they go back and forth. You know what I mean? I think that type of show, not to say he's the only one doing it, but he does it in his own unique way. I think those are vital for the boxing community, man, because you got guys that feel extreme on both sides. You know what I mean? Whether you're pro UK heavyweights or you're pro US heavyweights, I like the back and forth. Me, I have to be in front of my computer to do that type of thing, but I wouldn't mind doing it either, you know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to my man BFTB. Let me see here. Chrissy Brown says a fair split over 100 mil for 3 fights. In what world is that not fair? Well, yeah, I've already talked about that. Ed Salsa says Charles Martin. AZ says, "Have you seen Whyte vs. Bakole?" Yeah, AZ, I just talked about that, man. Yeah, I seen it. Bakole was letting his hands go. He got the stoppage. He stopped Whyte on his feet. He started letting his hands go, putting hands on a man. And Whyte, again, he's always a inert type of fighter. He's always stationary and motionless with his, as far as letting his hands go. So once he put the high guard up and started to get winded a little bit, Bakole just started to piece him up, punching around the gloves, through the gloves, uppercut, straight right hands. He was just letting his hands go, and Whyte seemed as if he couldn't handle it. Paul Lemieux says Usyk hasn't fought at heavyweight yet I rate him. All right, we're back, man. I keep having bad connection right now, man. It's snowing like a motherfucker here. I'm gonna get to that in the question. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but to your question, but man, Minnesota's just weird, man. Like, now all the snow was gone, right? All the snow was gone. I think it got to like 65, 70 one day. Now all the snow was gone. All it was gone. Now we're about to get I think they said 2 feet of snow. And right now it's sticking. And it's just crazy. What were you asking me though? Damn. Hold on, bro. Let me see. Oh, Usyk. Look, man, usually, now I can understand why you're saying that based on his skills. Some people think he probably is not going to be able to take a heavyweight punch. I understand that he fought in the World Series of Boxing back in the day where he was fighting at super heavyweight. He actually defeated Joe Joyce and Junior Fa. He dominated everybody in there. I seen those fights years ago, so he dominated everybody. I know he walks around at 220 or somewhere around there, somebody said. I know he's sparred Klitschko numerous rounds. I've heard nothing but good things when he has sparred Klitschko. I heard things from James Ali Bashir, talk about it, trainer talk about it, you know, watching the sessions as well. And then usually guys that are moving up from the weight class below, when they move up to that next weight class. Now I know the disparity for some weight classes can be a matter of pounds. Sometimes it's 7 pounds. Sometimes it's, you know, 10 pounds or whatever, you know, whatever. But usually when the undisputed champion moves up to that next division, yeah, I can see him being somebody that's going to make some noise in the division. We'll see how it, usually those guys make noise, right? Terrence Crawford, undisputed at 140. Now he's moving up to, when he came up to 147, when he made that announcement, everybody pretty much automatically was thinking, okay, he's going to make some noise up there. So I can see, it wouldn't surprise me if Usyk were to come up to, well, he's at heavyweight, but if he starts to make some noise, if he dominates Takam, and then he steps up and takes another, you know, high profile type of fight against like a Dillian Whyte or somebody like that, or Luis Ortiz, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But again, Takam, tough, durable, gritty. I thought his fight with Povetkin is one of the better heavyweight fights of the last 10 years, in my opinion. You know, Takam's a gritty, tough dude, you know what I mean? But he's not the prototype of what the dominant guys at the top look like as far as height, the way they fight, things like that. Now, you know, you can argue that shit, Jarrell Miller and guys like that, Konowski, aren't the prototype. You know what I mean? But at least they're 6'4", you know, just relentless body punchers, man. You know what I mean? And we'll see what Miller looks like against AJ to really see where his style fits with the guys like the AJs and Wilders, and you know, these guys that are 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", you know what I mean, with 80+ inch reaches. You dig what I'm saying? So we'll see what Usyk looks like. Maybe his movement and, you know, his feet, his you know, punch placement and punching from different angles and all that type of thing. We'll see what it looks like. But I know Marius Bridas gave him a run for his money. Michael Hunter Jr. has some decent spots in that fight as well. All right, so Usyk isn't Pernell Whitaker, in my opinion. All right, it's not like he's goes rounds without being touched. All right, but if you put the high guard up and try to just wait for the perfect moment to fight, you may get dominated. Because I've seen Gassiev be left in a quandary and was stuck in a what's the word, quagmire. You dig what I'm saying? Where he just looked like he didn't know what to do. Speaking of Gassiev, I heard he's trying to move up to heavyweight. I seen an article. You know what I mean? Heavyweight could be more suited for him. Now Gassiev is another guy that won't be intimidated by height and size and all that, because he's about 6'4", something like that. His reach isn't as long. You know, it's not 80+ inch reach, but I know he's sparred Chris Arreola. I know he's been in some Deontay Wilder training camps. So Gassiev, you know, it's nothing new to him. You dig what I'm saying? And maybe he may have a hand speed advantage, because usually when you move up from weight, usually your hands are a little bit faster than the weight class that you're entering. I see a $5 super chat. Let me hit that up real quick. Oh, my man Blood Boxing, Retro Boxing, the documentaries. I surely appreciate that, bro, for the 5. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all go, if y'all know me, I know y'all know Blood, man. Retro Boxing, the documentaries. So, but if you don't know, please go sub the Retro Boxing, the documentaries. The OG Blood Boxing, who I've been rocking with for shit about 12 years now. Let me see here. Okay, so Kyle Mataz says, I said no sirree Bob, that's not my job. I don't do that. I'm a pimp / rapper. I thought you knew that. Yeah, man. So whenever we pull up to these grocery stores, I just look at her and I hit my wife with the Mac Dre every time. She gonna ask me to come with her to go grocery shop. I have her cracking up when I say that. I hate going shopping with my wife, man. It just turns into a damn, we just end up spending way more money than, you know what I'm saying? I just, nah, I'm good. I'm straight. Let me see here. Chrissy Brown says, not debating with you, Mr. Boxing, was responding to the comments responding to me. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. AZ says, Whyte versus Ortiz is a good fight. Nobody is mopping the floor with no one. I think it's a good fight. Now, I know a lot of brothers that I'm subscribed to and I support and things like that. They think Ortiz mops them or whoops them, or I don't see it like that. And I've been saying this for a while. I just don't see it like that, man. Whyte is a decent fighter, man. I know we get into it with the US, UK thing. I understand that. But aside from that, because there are some things that I do agree with in favor of some of the arguments. But besides all that, though, just looking at styles in the fight game, just the fight game, I think Ortiz versus Whyte is a very entertaining fight. There are some things I think that Ortiz can do to exploit on Dillian Whyte. Whyte has a lot of holes, especially when he's trying to just wing big hooks and uppercuts and things like that. I think there's some opportunities there, a window of opportunity there for Ortiz to land his counter shots, and he's a hard, heavy-handed counter puncher. But I also believe in, now I know a lot of people say Ortiz is 57 years old. He's 106 years old. You know, he was, you know what I mean? Jesus seen him spar and all that type of shit. You dig what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, let's just go with 39, 40, okay? Sometimes you just get old overnight. You dig what I'm saying? So even if we go with that he's 39, 40, sometimes you get old overnight. You could be in great shape. Your weight can be on point. You could be in great shape. But then you go in there and you just can't handle the pressure sometimes. Maybe the pressure overwhelms you. I know Ortiz is built to handle a guy pressuring him because he's a good counter puncher. But what I'm saying is on fight nights sometimes you just run into a buzzsaw, man, where it's like it's just too much for you to handle. The reflexes aren't there. You may see an opportunity to land something with your eyes and your mind's telling you to strike, throw the punch, it's right there, throw the uppercut, he's open, and your body's just not reacting. When is that going to happen to Ortiz? You dig what I'm saying? And Whyte can punch, man. That left hook is something nasty, man. I don't give a fuck who you are, man. You get one of those on your chin, man, you may be going to sleep. They may be waking you up. You dig what I'm saying? So I think that's a good fight, man. Whyte versus Ortiz, in my opinion, is competitive. I think it's competitive. I've been thinking that for a while. I would favor Ortiz because I just think, man, counter punches are tough to deal with. And you guys know I'm biased towards boxer punchers. I am, all right? So I will admit that. And some guys I rate as boxer fighters. They might not have that amazing power like a guy like Larry Holmes, but sometimes if moving around the ring or fighting on it or just moving around the ring and try to be the outboxer doesn't work, a guy like Larry and Ali will just stand flat-footed and fight you off them. They will stand flat-footed and just throw combinations and get you off them. You dig what I'm saying? They'll put something on you. They'll put some leather on you. You know what I mean? To make you respect them. All right, so Tommy Hearns, although not heavyweight, he was a boxer puncher. So yes, I'm very biased because to me, they're more well-rounded. You have some boxer punchers that aren't really good inside fighters. A guy like Riddick Bowe had that type of skill set. Lennox, I thought, had that type of skill set as well, where he can fight on the inside a little bit and he can move and box too. You dig what I'm saying? But that's a hard skill set to develop and be good at it. You know what I mean? Okay, I thought that was her. The Celtic says Wilder versus Whyte would be a great fight. Would be great to see. I think Wilder would get him though, but Whyte has the potential to do the same if Wilder ain't careful. Yeah. Another thing Wilder that I haven't seen nobody relentlessly do is go to his body yet. I've seen guys try to put the high guard up, and when they get close, they may, like Duipa was doing a good job of putting the high guard up, coming forward, but he was getting pieced up, and he was muddying up his own work, and he was smothering his own work. That's the better word to use. Smothering his own work. You dig what I'm saying? And he was taking good flush right hands on the way in, so that kind of hindered him from getting off the way he wanted to. Bermain Stavern in the first Wilder fight, great job of putting the high guard up, coming forward, just couldn't do anything. Wilder was you know, turning him, using that check left hook as he was pivoting off to the left, turning him and catching him. You dig what I'm saying? But Dominic Brazil has a good chance of, I can't wait to this Brazil Wilder fight because I know Brazil's going to bring pressure. Well, he's going to have to. I don't see what other way he thinks he's going to win this fight. But I'm assuming he's going to fight how he always fights. I'm sure Virgil Hunter will add some wrinkles here and there, polish up things that he's already good at. You know what I mean? But for the most part, things try to use his pressure. And I want to see him go to his body. All right, y'all, I'm going to have to jump off, man. We're about to take off. Look, y'all, I appreciate y'all showing up. Ed Copen 09, I'm going to just say what's up to all y'all, man. Baby Ting says, you never said hi to me, Mr. Boxing. Oh, man, you remember that, bro? That was crazy, man. That dude, yeah, I remember that day. Let me see here. Teddy B was good. Yes, Teddy, it's snowing out here, man. Let me see here. I just want to say what's up to everybody, man. Tall Short was good. James Coleman, what it do? Just what's up to all y'all, man. Unbiased heavyweight rankings and news was good. Renee Saucedo was good from El Paso, Texas. I think my man D-Style Boxing is from El Paso. I think that's where D-Style's at. Or is it San Antonio? I think he's San Antonio or El Paso. One of the two. Diego 619. Salute to all y'all, man. I'm about to jump off here, man. Chopped up with my wife about some stuff. God of War was good. Appreciate all y'all. Neutral Natural was good. Everybody showing up.